Is taste the one thing artificial intelligence cannot replace? Hello and welcome to Pie Uncut, where we break down the biggest ideas shaping our future in a way that is simple, clear, and deeply thought-provoking. Over the past few years, artificial intelligence has moved from being a futuristic concept to something that is now part of our everyday lives. It writes emails, generates images, creates music, edits videos, and even helps doctors detect diseases. In many fields, it is not just assisting humans, it is outperforming them. But there is one question that keeps coming up again and again. If AI can do almost everything, what is left for humans? And more importantly, is there something fundamentally human that machines cannot replicate? Today, we explore a powerful idea that is becoming central to the future of work, creativity, and identity: taste. At first, the word sounds simple. We often associate taste with food, preferences, or personal liking. But in the world of creativity, design, business, and culture, taste means something much deeper. Taste is the ability to recognize what is good, meaningful, and valuable. It is the instinct that tells you which idea feels right, which story connects emotionally, which design looks beautiful, and which decision will resonate with people. In a world where AI can generate almost anything, taste may become the most important human skill. Let us understand why. To begin with, we need to understand what AI is really good at. Artificial intelligence thrives on data. It learns patterns from massive amounts of information and uses those patterns to generate outputs. Whether it's writing an article, composing music, or creating a painting, AI is essentially remixing what already exists. It is extremely powerful at imitation. Give it enough examples, and it can produce something that looks original, sounds impressive, and feels convincing. But here's the key limitation. AI doesn't truly understand meaning. It doesn't feel emotions. It doesn't have lived experience, and it doesn't have personal judgment. This is where taste comes in. Taste is not just about selecting from options. It's about understanding context, culture, emotion, and nuance. It is shaped by years of exposure, experience, and reflection. For example, imagine two people listening to the same piece of music. One person might hear just a melody. Another person might feel nostalgia, cultural references, emotional depth, and artistic intention. That difference is taste. Now imagine AI generating thousands of songs in seconds. It can produce technically correct music, but deciding which one truly moves people, which one becomes timeless, and which one represents something meaningful, that requires taste. And that is still deeply human. Let us take another example from the world of design. AI can generate hundreds of logo ideas in minutes. It can follow trends, apply color theory, and even optimize layouts. But choosing the one logo that represents a brand's identity, that feels authentic, that stands the test of time, that is not just a technical decision. It's a judgment call, and that judgment is driven by taste. This is why many experts are beginning to say that in the age of AI, creation will become easier, but selection will become more important. When everyone has access to powerful tools that can generate content instantly, the real advantage will not be in producing more, it will be in choosing better. This shift has massive implications. In the past, skill was often defined by execution. If you could write better, design better, or code better, you had an advantage. But now AI can assist or even automate much of that execution. So the value is moving from doing to deciding, from creating to curating, from producing to selecting. And at the center of this shift is taste. But what exactly makes taste so hard to replicate? To answer that, we need to look at how taste is formed. Taste is not something you can learn from a single data set. It is built over time through exposure to diverse experiences. It is influenced by culture, environment, personal history, and even emotions. For example, a filmmaker's taste is shaped by the movies they grew up watching, the stories they heard, the society they live in, and the emotions they have experienced. A writer's taste is influenced by literature, language, philosophy, and personal struggles. A designer's taste evolves through observation, experimentation, and failure. This kind of layered, lived experience is incredibly difficult for AI to replicate. Because AI doesn't live, it processes. It doesn't experience the world, it analyzes it. Another important aspect of taste is risk. Humans with strong taste are willing to make bold choices. They're willing to go against trends, challenge norms, and create something new. Many groundbreaking ideas in history were not obvious at the time. They required someone with vision and taste to recognize their potential. AI, on the other hand, is trained on existing data. It tends to optimize for what is already known to work. This makes it powerful, but also conservative. It is less likely to take creative risks that break patterns. This is why truly original ideas still come from humans, and taste plays a central role in recognizing and shaping those ideas. Now, let us connect this to the future of jobs and careers. There is a lot of fear that AI will replace millions of jobs, and it is true that many roles will change or disappear. Tasks that are repetitive, predictable, and data-driven are highly vulnerable to automation. But roles that involve judgment, creativity, and decision-making are more resilient. In fact, they may become more valuable. Because in a world flooded with content, choices, and information, people will need guidance. They will need someone to filter the noise, to identify what matters, to make sense of complexity. This is where taste becomes a superpower. Think about industries like media, fashion, entertainment, marketing, and even technology. Success in these fields is not just about producing more content, it's about producing the right content. The content that connects, resonates, and stands out, and that requires taste. Even in technical fields, taste is becoming important. A software engineer may use AI to generate code, but deciding the architecture, user experience, and long-term direction of a product requires judgment. A business leader may use AI for analysis, but making strategic decisions requires understanding people, markets, and context. A doctor may use AI for diagnosis, but choosing the best treatment involves empathy, ethics, and human judgment. In all these cases, AI is a tool. Taste is the guide. But here's an important question. If taste is so important, can it be developed? The answer is yes. Taste is not something you're born with. It is something you build. And in the age of AI, developing taste may be one of the most valuable investments you can make. So, how do you build taste? First, expose yourself to high-quality work. Whether it's books, films, music, art, or design, immerse yourself in the best examples of your field. Study what makes them great. Second, compare and analyze. Don't just consume content passively. Ask questions. Why does this work? What makes this better than something else? What emotions does it create? This kind of active engagement sharpens your judgment. Third, create and iterate. Taste is not just about observing, it's also about doing. When you create something, you develop a deeper understanding of what works and what does not. Fourth, seek feedback. Other people can provide perspectives that you may not see. This helps refine your taste over time. And finally, be patient. Taste develops slowly. It's a long-term process. But once developed, it becomes a powerful advantage that is difficult to replicate. Now, let us look at a bigger picture. We are entering a world where AI can generate almost infinite content. Infinite images, infinite videos, infinite articles, infinite music. In such a world, scarcity will not be in creation, it will be in attention. People will not struggle to find content, they will struggle to choose what is worth their time. And this is where taste becomes not just a personal skill, but a societal filter. Platforms, creators, curators, and leaders with strong taste will shape what people see, hear, and experience. They will influence culture. They will define trends. They will guide attention. In many ways, taste will become power. But there's also a caution here. Taste can be subjective. Different people have different preferences. Different cultures value different things. So the goal is not to create a single standard of taste. The goal is to develop informed, thoughtful, and authentic judgment. The kind of judgment that is not easily swayed by trends or algorithms. The kind of judgment that can stand on its own. So, coming back to our original question, is taste the one thing AI cannot replace? The answer is not entirely black and white. AI is evolving rapidly. It may become better at predicting preferences, simulating styles, and even approximating certain aspects of taste. But the core of taste, which is rooted in human experience, emotion, and judgment, remains deeply human. At least for now, and perhaps for a long time. In the end, the future may not be about humans versus AI. It may be about humans with taste using AI as a tool. Those who combine the power of technology with the depth of human judgment will have a significant advantage. So, instead of asking what AI will replace, a better question might be, what makes us uniquely human? And how can we strengthen that? Because in a world where machines can do almost everything, the things that truly matter may be the ones that cannot be easily measured, copied, or automated. And taste is one of them. This is not just a creative concept. It's a strategic advantage, a career skill, and perhaps one of the defining traits of human intelligence in the age of artificial intelligence. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of AI and human potential, subscribe to Pi Uncut for more insights that help you understand the world in a clearer and more meaningful way. Because the future is not just about technology, it's about how we choose to use it. And that choice, ultimately, comes down to taste.